There we go. There we have it. There we have it. This is not working.
I gave you everything.
It wasn't about you.
It's deeper than that.
I gave her the world. Stay patient, kind and generous. Held her through the storms, open doors, every promise I could give. But when the lights went low and I wasn't around, that phone glowed like a siren, pulling her back down. Another text, another name. She kept the doors half open wide. I thought my love would build a home, but she was already outside.
She looked at me with tired eyes, whispered, baby, you're the only one. While her heart was somewhere scrolling, chasing one from everyone. It ain't about you, it's deeper than that. Some hearts built for love,
Some built for the pain.
Quit dreaming, don't create.
All right. I only have 90 minutes. 90 minutes and I'm out of here. 90 minutes. Make good use of it. What is going on here? What is going on? What is going on? What is going on?
I crowned a queen, but she still chased the hollow glow.
Addicted to the likes, the DMs at 2 a.m.
I was the safe base, they would have fired. She ran to again.
She needs outside eyes just to feel alive.
No amount of love from you.
Today's Browns Day. You know what I'm saying? Today's Browns Day.
Enough, I realized
Loyalty ain't earned, it's buried in her soul.
if she don't protect us, baby,
Let her go.
he's just a friend that's harmless. The same lies in the dark. I watched her cross every line while I was fighting for a spark. Gave her steady ground when the world felt like it caved. She craved the rush from strangers, 2 lives in the bed we made. Some women want the provider's arms and the thrill on the side. The quiet peace at home, the butterflies they can't hide. But a real one shuts it down, no break, no second guess. She protects what we had, I guess she wasn't there. You can be perfect, patient, generous and true, still wake up empty, knowing it was never about you. I saw how she moved when I stepped out the frame, smiling at screens, killing her slow, feeding her high. I couldn't tame.
If attention is her drug, you were just funding the pain. While she whispered hate to others in the pouring rain. Don't beg, don't chase, don't try to rearrange the end. Just watch her fade when nobody's watching, my friend.
Good dreaming, don't create loyalty.
God, I know.
She held me close some nights, but
Evans Obui is saying he is a Kenovia, but he is changing. Thank you for being here. Benedict Debrio is a member for 5 solid months. Has just renewed his membership at the hello level. Thank you so much.
I was the safe base.
Thank you so much. I think I have a song for members. I have a thank you note for members. I'll fast forward where I am castigating the Dwanzis and keep it where I'm saying thank you to the members. I know I have it. I know I have it somewhere. I know I have it. I'm waiting for you to give me topics. I don't know what to do here. I come here to suck your energy. I don't know what I'm doing. Where is that song? I know I have a thank you note for members. What app did I use? I cannot remember. I cannot remember. There we go. I have it.
Hello, TikTok. I want to take this opportunity to thank all of you. Thank you for taking this journey with me. Thank you for the stories you've shared. Thank you for the interactions on the comment section. Thank you for sharing these videos with your friends and colleagues. Thank you for the super chats. And more importantly, thank you to my YouTube members. You all inspire me to keep going because we are growing together. You all inspire me to keep pushing because you are the force behind the drive. Let's keep the momentum. Let's keep the energy. Let's keep the enthusiasm. Let's keep the engagement.
You know, when I'm taking a walk, today I woke up late. I did not take a walk. I'll take it at 9 p.m. when the sun goes down. When I'm taking a walk, there are some sections where I have to cross the road. And because it's 9 kilometers long, and I do a loop. So when motorists see me walking and I give them the right of way, they give me the right of way back. And I do this on purpose. I do that Japanese bow. You see the Japanese kids crossing the streets, the school kids, and then they cross the street and then they pose and then they bow to the motorist. I do that on purpose all the time because I want to confuse them. Like, who is this Negro that is so respectful and thankful? So I always say, thank you so much. And they are like, did you say that? That is not a black guy. Must be from Africa.
For taking this journey with me. Thank you for the stories you've shared. Mamu, what you want, who are you too, my YouTube family. I want to take this opportunity to thank all of you. Thank you for taking this journey with me. Thank you for the stories you've shared. Thank you for the interactions on the comment section. Thank you for sharing these videos with your friends and colleagues. Thank you for the super chats. And more importantly, thank you to my YouTube members. You all inspire me to keep going because we are growing together. You all inspire me to keep pushing because you are the force behind the drive. Let's keep the momentum. Let's keep the energy. Let's keep the enthusiasm. Let's keep the engagement. And together, let's keep growing. M-Pesa gang, Asante Sana. Your M-Pesa hits different. Your M-Pesa carries 3 strong messages. You validate this content. You appreciate this content. And you want to see more content. Say less, my friend. Say less. This is Captain IQ Watson. Reporting for duty. Twende kazi. Nikikiratina mbelea. 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 Nikikiratina mbelea.
Kitu kama hiyo. Thank you so much, my YouTube members. Thank you so much, the subscribers. Thank you so much, the guys that share these streams. Thank you so much, my M-Pesa gang. That gang, M-Pesa gang, hits different because it's an instantaneous feedback that says you appreciate this content and you want to see more of this content and you want me to keep going. That one is special. Asanteni sana. There is a question here that begs the question, why are people obsessed with demanding respect? This is a Duke of Kiev. I'll tell you. 2 things, related but separate. Offense is not given. Offense is taken. I can try as much as I want to offend you. It is useless unless you take offense. Tumekubaliana hapo? Now, on the question you're asking, Respect is not given. Respect is earned. I have a very cruel saying. I'm sinking here. I have a very cruel saying. The only place where respect is demanded is in prison. I mean, examine those scenarios. Tell me if they are not true. The only place respect is demanded is in prison. We have seen enough prison movies to deduce that. People who do not deserve respect, people who have not earned respect, and they demand respect, 100% of the time, they are in prison. It's the only place where you can demand respect. Because respect is not given. Respect is earned. So your question was, that begs the question, why are people obsessed with demanding for respect? Because they are in the prison. Because they are in prison. Because they are in prison. If respect is not given, respect is earned, and the only place where you can demand respect is in prison, then the person demanding respect is in prison because he is not free to earn respect. Respect is a product of an actionable positive action. They are not doing that thing that earns them respect. So they demand it. Like in prison. I'm trying to make it more painful so that it can be memorable. But I think I made the point. If offense is not given, offense is taken. If offense is not given, I can sit here and try all I want to offend Kikuyus. It is useless until the Kikuyus take the offense. I do that every day. This statement here is premeditated. It is intentioned not as an example, but a true demonstration of how offense change hands. I can try all I want to offend Kikuyus. But unless the Kikuyus take the offense, it is useless. And the reason they are taking offense is because they are in prison. They are incapable of changing that which they are getting offended by. When I started, I said they are two examples, but separate. But now you see how closely related they are. If you are in a prison that has cocooned you into this place that you have no power, no ability, no capability of changing it, then you take offense. If you are in that cocoon of a prison that you have created for yourself, and you cannot earn respect by separating yourself from the mediocrity of the smallness, then you demand respect because you cannot earn it. I am still looking for things to offend and make it this more painful because it's the only way it's going to be memorable. Then you take offense. Then you demand respect because you have no ability, you have no capability to change your situation, and you have no ability, you have no capability of earning the respect. I hope that answers the question. Ugetutaja kwa wimbo. Oh no, I have a song that mentions everybody. Shekigatongu. I have a longer version, one of my very old songs. They mention people by line. Ask Trevor Noah. If you remember that time that a guy came from Mandela and brought Trevor Noah a whole jerrycan of camel milk. Immediately after that, I created a song that mentioned everybody by name. Oh, come on. This is George you're talking to. Sheikh Kutongu, I'm ahead of the game. Don't be fooled by my old age. Aha. Tuko Dani Big Brother. That is Eli Ochieng Oge Watch Mabel Kabisa. Somebody has just applied to be removed from the reservation. I have no time to read their nonsense because I know it's nonsense. And yeah, bye-bye. We'll never see them again in this life. This is the tragedy of it. Right now, I cannot even remember who they were. There was a name plantation to their name. Right now, in real time, they are on Gmail, creating a new account to come back here. All right. Baba in motion. I just had a convo with a married guy. Those people are tired. I just hung up. Uh-oh. 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 No. Oh, Mr. Santorini. No, this is a different guy. Sorry. This is Santorina. No, I will not go to the World Cup. When I have to bite my tongue. Bite my tongue. I have to remember I'm talking to Africans. When the World Cup was announced that it's going to come to America, the week the World Cup ended in Qatar, I started saving an average of $400 every week for this World Cup. I wanted to attend a game in LA. Then in the middle of it, I changed my mind. But I kept the money. $36,000. Like literal cash. I made sure that I'm saving it in cash to demonstrate that this is World Cup money. I saved $36,000, an average of $400 every week for 4 years. A little bit shy of 4 years. I started the week after the World Cup. My intention was actually to go and spend it on just one game in LA. I don't know why I chose LA. But over the time, I lost interest in going to the World Cup. But I kept saving the money. And before the World Cup started, you know that thing they called a karimu in Kikuyu? It's a piggy bank, something like this. And you keep putting, and you keep putting. When I counted it not too long ago, 36 solid. 36 solid. Now I have to do something significant that will immortalize the effort of the World Cup. Whatever I will do with it, I will name it after the World Cup to remember this money was supposed to be spent on the World Cup. Delayed gratification. I don't know any other person who is more disciplined than I am in every aspect of life. Socially, economically, monetarily, sexually. I am one of the most disciplined people I know. And I know me. 36 large ones sitting somewhere in a heap. I don't need it. But no, I'm not going to MetLife to watch the game. I watched one game at Manchester City and I loved it. The Haaland team, the Haaland stadium, the Haaland home game. I was there. They were playing Overton. After that, I wanted to take a girl to Arsenal game in East London. That did not pan out. Two different girls, two different games. But when I was in Kenya in March and April of this year, the original plan was to actually go to London and take an Allahu Akbar girl to a game. But she is way too high profile in activism. It was not a very good, it would not have been a very good thing for me. So I slowly ebbed out of that one. Why are you telling you these stories? So there it is. I have the World Cup money. All right. The point is home. Duke of Kiev, yes. Respect is earned, not given. Offense is taken, not given. Same scenarios, different examples. They both converge in the same place because the mindset, the mentality is the same. If you cannot earn respect, you demand respect. If you are not in your frame, then you take offense. Same thing. Sheriff, Mustafa Sheriff. Sheriff Mustafa Sheriff is paying Mahari in installments. I connected him with an Allahu Akbar, little tiny thingy. Hey! Wanaume si mnakula vitu vizuri huku nje. Hey! What is in this coffee, bro? Hey! What is in this coffee? Mustafa is saying fire, see fire. There you go. Thank you so much. All right. Benedict Debrio. When he is broke, he is a cheater. When he is rich, another woman is trying to take her man. Bro, I just posted that on TikTok, on X. I just posted the same words. Let me turn up the fire. I just posted that on X. Uh-oh, what is happening with my X? When you are poor, he cheated on me with another woman. When you are rich, that woman tried to steal my man. Wanaume, tengenezeni pesa. Tengenezeni pesa, wanaume. That's the life. That's the life, bro. All right. What is the story behind the this on your side? Oh. I have to know where this one came from. Bro, I have so many of these things, I don't remember anything about them. Where did this one come from? I'll have to figure it out. I have no idea where this one came from. There is close to 100 of them here. I cannot remember everything, bro. I'm old. All right. What is the story? Okay, we got that one. Yes, Benedict Debrio. When he's broke, he is a cheater. When he's rich, another woman is trying to take my man. Yep. Karani Renson. Hey, IQ. If I may ask, how do you get the stepping stone into building wealth, business, and also, if I may ask, stop talking like a woman, bro. Come on. It's tiring. It's a useless words. How do you get the stepping stone into building wealth and or business, and how do you think how a father raises his son influences the man he grows up to be? Yes, on the second one, yes. if you watch that video, it's a very small video, 27 minutes. A woman's needs are directly proportional to the value of the source of her product, of her profession. At the very tail end, I demonstrated the same exact thing. That a woman, a young girl, learns how to treat men by watching how the mother treats her father. Boys learn by observing and being exposed to the things the father does. It is of paramount importance that you expose your kids to the right things in life. There is a saying, you cannot choose your kids' friends, but you can choose your kids' friends. The place you decide to live, you choose to live, that place is the one that is going to produce the friends to your kids. The influence of the surroundings, the people you expose them to, the kind of information you expose them to. Go listen to my video. Well, call it a song. It's on Spotify. I'm looking for somebody here. What is his name? There we go. Go listen to a song on Spotify from me called Dear Son. Dear Son.
Hello.
Koja kidogo Harineta, kidogo tu. 1-2 seconds. Let me get my acts together. Come on. What am I doing here?
Power on.
All right. I have a quick question. Are you with me, Harineta?
Yes, I am.
Somebody is asking.
Yes.
Do you think how a father raises his son influences the man he grows up to be? The reason I'm calling you is because I know your profession and I know the kind of exposure you had when you were a small boy. Give me that story.
Yes. So the summarized answer to the question is yes. How a father raises a boy influences how he grows up. So my profession is finance, basically, specialized in taxation. Of course, with a strong background in accounting. So how that came to be is before when I was a teenager, maybe 9-10 years old, my father made me a cashier in his shop, in his posho mill, to earn pocket money during school holidays. That is how I started with finance and numbers. And I think that was a seed that was planted in me. So I've always had that passion, and I grew up to work in that sector.
You were 12 years old.
I beg your pardon?
You were 12 when you started working at your father's shop.
No, I think I was 9.
9.
Yes.
And he would let you balance the ledger book.
Yes, he would come home and then take me to the shop just before closing, let's say at about 3-4 p.m.
Mm-hmm.
And tell me, I started with just counting the money that collected and recording it in a book. And then progressively from there, balancing the ledger, expenses, revenue, calculating the profit for the day, counting the money, and then making sure that whatever is counted is banked.
And if we zoom way up to when you are 12 years old, something else happened to you.
Yes. So when I was 12 is when my parents separated. Basically, my mom left the home, which was very rare at that time, but my mom is the one who left us with our dad.
That is what I wanted you to say in your own words. At 12,
you trapped me.
your parents separated, but your father kept the children.
Yes, he kept the children, yes.
So the training continued by you not just observing your father, but learning the ropes from your father at a very tender age.
Yes.
The disruption of the marriage did not affect the training that you got from your dad.
No, it did not affect the training. It did not affect the training that I got from him. Actually, it just continued. He just continued imparting the lessons as if nothing had really changed.
There you go. I just knew the person to call.
So let me just give you a quick update.
Yes, sir.
So recently, my mom unsolicited gave me information recently.
Mm-hmm.
Because I think she had seen this as a question I'd wanted to ask. I've been wanting to ask her what prompted the decision to leave the children with the father, because that was very rare, right?
Yeah.
And she said two things. She said, first of all, she did not want the quality of life for the children to drop, because she said she knew she could not afford to give us the quality of life we had.
Yeah.
And secondly, she said also our dad, despite his shortcomings as a husband, would give us the best lessons as a father. You get?
Oh, that you are going to learn from the mistakes of your dad.
No, we're going to learn life lessons. Like she had already seen, he was already teaching the children important life lessons.
Well, I missed the second point. Repeat it to me one more time.
She said, despite his shortcomings to her as a husband, he would teach the children important life lessons.
His shortcomings as a husband.
To her. She was able to separate the two things. You know, a man is a father and a husband, right?
Yeah.
Those are totally very different roles.
Mm-hmm.
She said, despite them having differences as husband and wife,
yeah,
he knew he had the best intentions for his children and he would give them important life lessons. Yes, and you know, by the way, we were 4 boys and 1 girl.
Yeah.
So maybe subconsciously she knew she could not teach boys how to grow into men.
That is the only selfish thing that she ever did.
Yes.
It's so unwoman nature, unwoman-like for her to not self-preserve herself with the boys that she would peg potentially to be her retirement plan in the future. She looked at the welfare of the boys at a very early age, and she decided she will catch up with life later. But right now, they need the foundation that they require from the dad. That was very selfish of her on her part.
Yes.
Whoa. That is encouraging.
Yeah, it is. It's very unorthodox in our society for a woman to go against the programming.
Yep. Very unlikely.
Yes.
I have never asked you this question. Is she a Luo?
Yeah, my mom is a Luo. Yes, she's a Luo.
Yeah.
From a very strong Catholic background. Yes, very religious background.
Wow. Man, thank you for sharing, Arineta. You still owe me that that second episode of the progress of a woman in your life. I am thinking that is the title of the podcast.
Actually, it's been a very hectic first half of the year with people fighting the government on all the tax issues you get.
Yeah.
So actually, I just finished my busy tax season, I think end of June.
Yeah.
Then I have my standard end of month reporting I do for a number of clients. So actually, I'm taking a break from around from around Wednesday. I'm on a break up to August.
Okay.
Yes, for about 3-4 weeks, I'll be on a break.
Are you going to take? Who is it these days? Is it Is it Jerry or is it Karebo you're taking to the coast?
No. I'm just going to take a break. I go to Sharks Kidogo, probably go to the coast also. Just a break from Nairobi. You know.
And hook up with the custodian one. Asking
it's available, but of course she has to be
asking for the custodian one. Thank you, Harineta. You are the best, man. I appreciate you a lot.
Did this question come from one of your audience?
No, yeah, I am live on YouTube. This guy is called. Let me tell you what is his name. Where are we? It is. Where is the question? Karani Renson 81. The full question actually was, "Hey IQ, if I may ask, how do you get the stepping stone into building wealth and business? And also, if I may ask, do you think how a father raises his son influences the man he grows up to be?" So the second part is the one that triggered me to give you a call.
Fathers are more important than you actually want to acknowledge.
Big time.
I'm telling you the way people. I was a Kinuthia. If my mom had brought us up, I'm telling you, I would be dead by now. I think it takes some resilience to overcome Kinuthia dom. That resilience can only come from somewhere.
Yeah.
So I believe for me, I was lucky because the seeds had already been planted, but I just needed to activate them to germinate.
And how old were you when your father passed?
I was 24.
12 solid years of training.
Yes. After my mom had left, 12 years. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Man. It's quality versus quantity.
Yeah, the time is relatively short. In fact, we were reminiscing with my sister the other day that he passed away relatively young, maybe 61. But in those 61 years, I think he had packed a lot of lessons for everyone.
Yep.
Yeah, we're still living off those lessons up to date.
Yeah.
As the same quality over quantity.
That's what's up. Because you and I belong to almost the same generation, and our fathers were not constantly at home. It was the time they were at home. It is the idea that there is a higher power that can be called on the dial to put you in check. That is what mattered.
We never used to fear our mom at all.
No, we feared we feared her husband.
Yes, but she would say, "I'm going to tell your dad." What? I'm going to tell your dad what you did.
Yep. That was the authority, the godliness of the father. That is what kept us in check.
Yes. Even just the fear of disappointing him was also one of the really like motivate us to do right.
You don't know it now because you don't have a son, but I am seeing myself in my son right now.
How life works?
Because they know that there is a higher power that he cannot disappoint.
Yes.
It is, bro, we are from two different worlds. I am a villager from central Kenya. He is a quintessential American kid. But the dynamics are the same. They are the same. There is this pursuit of excellence that is solely in a very covert way geared towards making daddy proud. And we lived that.
Yeah, it's I don't know how to describe it. I think society has really sold us propaganda that the fathers are not important. That's why you can see the generations that is there, people are so lost and destroyed. They know there's something they're missing.
Yeah.
They're very angry.
I'm biting my tongue here because I want to tell some of these moments, but probably this is not the right place to tell them. But anyway, don't worry about it. I'm not going to say it.
So
I'll text you here when we hang up.
No worries.
Thank you so much, Harineta. Keep going, man. Keep winning, keep winning, keep
Thank
winning.
you. Thank you. Always feel free to call.
Perfect. Thank you so much. I appreciate you, man.
Okay. Thank you.
Friendships are for high school.
Power off.
This is how you interact with people. There is no sasa, mabo. Oh. Excuse me. One moment, my sister.
Okay.
Let me
Power on.
let me fix my magic thing here to put you on the big speaker. I had just turned it off. All right, here we go. Can you hear me now?
Such a great conversation you guys are having here. I just got in almost like 5-10 minutes ago.
Yeah.
I just came from another Congolese people live, and they were talking about the same thing.
Yeah.
Same thing. Yes. So, and it is really great. Let's talk about fathers and raising of children and stuff, right? It obviously, that statistics shows that single fathers raise better children than single mothers.
100%.
It's obvious.
100%.
Yes, it's obvious.
Yep.
You cannot. Whoever who doubts that, they can go research.
Yeah.
Single fathers raise better children than single mothers.
Yep.
Statistic is very clear that 75% of children in jail in America, especially in the Black community, all come from single mothers.
Miss Congo, one moment.
Okay.
Including single fathers raise daughters better than single mothers.
Yes. I am a product of a single dad. My father and my mother separated. I was 9 months old, and I was raised by my father. And I can tell the difference between me and a lot of girls who are not raised by fathers. Okay? Yes. Being raised by a father is the most beneficiary thing any child can have. I even advise women, usually in my community, I say the best gift a woman can give her child, especially a boy child, is to let the father handle this kid. The best gift a mother can give to a child, especially a boy child, let the father raise him. Let the father handle him. Okay? You know what is it is even greater? This, I want women to hear this. Unajua wanawake hatupendi kusikia. Lakini because we don't want to hear, we will suffer consequences of our bad choices and our mistake here on earth. Si huku heaven, ni hapa tutaona hiyo mambo. Unasikia? I want women to understand this, especially because a lot of Africans are Christian na wanasali. Wanasema they pray, right? Blessings only comes from fathers. As far as we are concerned, ndani ya Bible, blessings only come from fathers.
100%.
Yes. Na wale wenye hawataki kusikia mababa zao watasafa hapa on earth. Baba ndio Mungu, upende tusitupenda. After God is ni baba. Okay? And if you do not know how to respect your fathers, due to whatever issues your family had, the problem they had with your mothers, you are going to suffer here on earth. Okay? Women, learn to separate things. A bad husband, not necessarily a bad father. You understand? Kama umewachana na mume does not necessarily mean that man is not good for his children. a father is always good to his children. Na ndio maana munaenda munachukua mabwana mwingine wanakuja wanawamistreat na wewe na watoto. You know, this is what I keep telling women who are single. I say, even when you are single, but you have had children, make sure that man stays in his children's life. Do you understand why? Because he's still a protection to his children. Because the next man who is coming into your life, if he comes and he finds out that there is no man here that is watching over and who is there to stand up and protect his children, the next thing you know, abuse begin. Atachapa watoto wako. This is, we are animals. We behave like lions. When a new lions come to take over, he kills the cubs. Do you understand? Mm-hmm. So you always have to keep kama uko na akili, you have to keep the father of your children around for his children protection. Wewe kama utaenda kumarry somewhere else, but when you know, men are very smart people, especially men who comes to date women with single mothers. Wanakuja, they study the surrounding. They try to figure out if there's a man here or there's no man. You understand? And that man can be anybody. If you have no protection, let's say your father. When a man comes in your life, he tries to measure, you understand, the power of other men that he finds there. Those men can be your brothers. Those men can be your fathers. A woman who has no protection of brothers and fathers, she's very, very much likely to be abused by a man who is coming into her life. Do you understand?
100%.
Yes, because ataona kama there's weakness here, there's no man here. That means anakuja kuimpose his laws. So if he is very not a good person, si umejiweka kwenye shida, right? Yes. Me, somebody like me, Masawa, I have a very, very present father. You understand? I have a very, very present brothers in my life. Not that they're going to interrupt with my lifestyle, let's say with my men, you know, alakini, when a man comes in my life, anakutana na iyo, anakuta kama there's a presence of men. That means he also has to be watching his back. That means akifanya vitu mbaya, anaweza kukutana pia na mandugu zangu, especially another man force. You understand? Mm-hmm. Same thing with baby daddies. When you are a single mother, guess what? That your relationship is finished with a man. But guess what? Let him be present in the life of his children. Because when the other men come, when you start dating another man, he has to understand that he cannot over abuse his power. Kwa sababu, the other father is still present and he's watching over his children. Na anajua kama aki messed up, he's going to have to face the other man. Yes. It's for the protection of your children that their father is there. Okay? That I just wanted to tell the women, kwa sababu unajua siku wanawake hatuna masikio, hatuna vichwa nzuri. Sometimes our head don't work properly. Yes. And traditionally, because I'm a traditional woman, so I'll tell you. Yeah. Traditionally, in many African tradition, kwa sababu siku hizi watu wajue tena tradition, okay? In many traditional, in African culture, watoto ni watoto wa baba, okay? That means mwanamke na mwanaume, when marriage is over, the woman live without the children, kwa sababu alikuja bila watoto, and that's why it's a part of the dowry deal. In my culture, they remind you, kama utaenda, utaondoka gisi ulikuja. Kwa sababu watoto ni watoto wa baba. That's why the children carries the father's name. They are not your children. Okay? So, some people who sometimes wanasema, oh, mama aliona kama ametuacha kwa baba. No. In the African tradition, children belong to the man. It belongs to the man family. It doesn't. The children don't belong to the mother's family. That's why they don't have the name of that mother family. They have the name of their father's descendants, the father family. Okay? Na ndio maana unaona when the marriage in the traditional time, if it ended, hatukukuwa na wa maibobo. Mlikuwa mnaona wa maibobo huku kwenye hiyo traditional Africa. Maibobo ni nini? Wa maibobo, that means our beggars, they are always on the streets. Vitu yao itumiki. What do you call homeless? Yes. Homelessness. Yeah. Did you see homelessness in the ancient Africa? No. Because children belong to the father. And poor people are never given a chance to pour. They had to produce before they could reproduce. Yes. Delinquency did not exist. It didn't. Because the African tradition was very, very smart. Your tradition ilikuwa na akili. Yeah. They knew exactly, how they knew exactly how to engineer the society. Siku hizi ndio modern life. Angalia leo modern life, inakuja now when you separate with the men, you take the children, you're giving women children, and it's showing you that 75% of children who are in jail are raised by mothers. That means they are not capable of raising anything. Yeah? So now with modern life, tunapatia wa mama watoto. Now look, check the level of delinquency. Check the level of delinquency. Somebody just came here and said, somebody who was, I think, in front of me, alikuwa amesema, sisi mbele tulikuwa hatuogopangi wa mama, lakini tulikuwa naogopa their husbands. Yes. Me in my house, I was raised by my stepmother, lakini akituambia tu ndaambia baba yenyu. You understand? Yeah. You can't even pee in your clothes. You start negotiating before even papa come home. Yeah. How sorry, sitafanyanga tena. I'm not gonna do it. I promise. Because unajua kama if those things you did get to your father's ears. You see that? Alageni siku hizi watoto hawaogopi baba. Baba has become a mom, the wife puppet. Baba anafanya tu vile mama anasema. So now who is going to yani dear men, father is a law. Baba ni law and order. Okay? Some of you have to return there. Ask your fathers, your grandfathers. Fathers are law and orders, nothing else. Musikuwa mnajifanya marafiki ya watoto wenyu kwa sababu now the wife tell you to become your children friends. No, you still the father, law and order. Okay? That's it. Your job, your duty is to make sure your children make it, and they will only make it with law and order. That's it. Boy, I think I given my point. 100%. So let
100%.
Okay, so I'll let other people, intervene, and everybody kila mtu aseme yake hapa.
Asante sana, Miss Masawa. Nakushukuru
sana. Asante, Mr. IQ.
You still in Delaware?
I am still in Delaware until the beginning of September.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. Enjoy life.
All right. Thank you very much.
Asante. There we have it. There we have it. I was going to say, before Miss Masawa called,
power off.
Learn how to create relationships, not friendships. The difference between relationship and friendship is if Harineta had seen my phone call and I am used to calling him to chit-chat about nothing and wasting his time, he would not have answered. But the moment I read the question, I knew the person to call in to contribute to the value of the conversation. And he knew when he see my phone call ringing, he knew this is not petty talk. This is not wastage of time. This is not uselessness. This is not hanging out like children. This is real conversation. And he shifted in there as if it was prearranged. Can you do that with your friends? Be mature. There are no friendships for adults. Relationships. Cultivate those. Cultivate those. Stop wasting time as an adult. Stop wasting time. There is a very popular video by Kibe from probably 2018 or something like that, where he was talking about friendships. And he said friendships are for children. You create relationships. If you are in a fix and you have to make one phone call, you have to know that person, just one person you can call to solve that problem, to intervene in that issue. Relationships, not friendships. Friendships are for children. Grow the fuck up. Kudungwa ni lazima. Kudungwa ni lazima. Where are we? Jish Davids, high IQ. What is the secret in family businesses that Indians embrace that Africans miss? Legacy. Legacy. Show me something that was created by Black people that is still standing, that is older than the 18th century. You cannot claim Fort Jesus. You did not create it. We do not build anything for legacy. Black people are still at the very bottom of the Maslow's pyramid of needs. Black people continually satisfying the instant gratification, the instant needs, everyday needs. They never build up. They never build legacies. They are just solving these never-ending, mediocre, low-level problems of life for hundreds of years. We need a monument at the exit of JKIA to welcome people to Nairobi by portraying the greatness of the lions of Africa. Look at the monument of the Lion of Africa that they created. Me, I only talk about real life. Look at the thing they called a lion at the exit of JKIA. A country, a people that have lions across the fence at Nairobi National Park. The resources of the city with Sonko as a governor. That is the thing they came up with. Go to the Trafalgar Square in central London, across the street from the Ugandan embassy. Trafalgar Square. Look at the monuments of the lions they created. You will remember me as the harshest guy that ever existed. The lions at the Trafalgar Square, when were they mounted there?
The 4 bronze lions at the base of Nelson's Column in Trafalgar Square were mounted in 1867. Specifically,
1867. 1867. 1867. 159 years ago. $159 years ago, the lions at the Trafalgar Square. Beautiful stuff. Beautiful stuff. I'm still answering your question. But zinga lazima. Because you people have been conditioned to be okay with the mediocrity of blackness. November 2023. I will find it. I will find it. There we go. We are almost there. I can see the Big Ben. Right after Big Ben is when we passed by the Trafalgar Square. So where is it? Where are the lions? I want to show you what I'm talking about. And even before we go that, this is at the Buckingham Palace. Different lion, Buckingham Palace. What about the big lion outside the main entrance at the Buckingham Palace?
Those are the bronze lions at the base of the Queen Victoria Memorial, right in front of the palace. They were installed with the memorial, which was unveiled in 1911, though the full monument...
1911. 1911 is 115 years ago. They knew how the lions looked like 159 years ago. I'm still answering your question. This is outside the Buckingham Palace. I'll take you to Trafalgar Square. When did we go to Trafalgar Square? Oh, it was a different trip. That's why I cannot find it. Trafalgar, how do you spell Trafalgar? $159 years ago. I cannot find that video of Trafalgar Square. I can't remember what year it was that we were there. But you get the point. They built those lions at the Trafalgar Square 159 years ago. They look like lions. They are still standing right now because they were built to last. Now, JKIA, the lions that welcomes you to the land of the lions. What was the mindset? What brain power went behind those things? Now you capture that. Now that is how Africans build anything. Anything. Now your question is about the business. That's how Africans build anything. There is no legacy. There is no long term. Everything is iterations of 5 years. Uhuru Kenyatta rushed the highway on top of the other highway for the iteration of the 5 years because he wanted to capture an achievement. Look at the road beneath it. Look at the road beneath it. There was no plan of building it to last. There was no plan of building it for a century. No. Instant gratification. Right now, I need to rush this thing so that they can say I built a highway on top of the other one. But look at the finishing touches on the one on the bottom. That is the black mindset. Just very short-sighted. So when they are building a business, they are not building the business as a legacy. They are solving an instant gratification. They are opening a shop because they saw somebody else succeeding in a safari shop. So they say, hey, safari shop, sasa ziko pesa, wacha nifungue ka safari shop. Oh, unajua saloon, sasa ndio zinaweza. They open a saloon shop. Hey, unajua sasa kuuza handbags from China, that is where the business is. They are doing something because somebody else did it, not for the legacy. The Indians, when they do it, it looked exactly how it looked like in 1901, 125 years ago, when they settled in Nairobi, before the Kikuyus came to contaminate Nairobi. Look at the structural integrity of the archives. Look at the structural integrity of Parliament. Look at the structural integrity of KCB, Kencom, the whole building. Look at the structural integrity of the City Council office. Look at the structural integrity of that little library on Mfangano Street between Hakati and Tomboya on Mfangano Street. Look at the integral integrity of that little building. 100+ years old. Now, look at what the Kikuyus have built. Buildings are sinking when they are 2 years old. Buildings are collapsing when they are under construction. That's the mindset. Nobody builds anything for the future. Sasa biashara iko kutegeleza tofauti, uweke tunyumba twa kukodisha in a hurry. There is no construction integrity. There is no city planning. There is nothing. And then 2 years later, 3 floors have sunk to the ground. The whole building has collapsed and killed people. The problem is me mentioning it. You have no problem with that. Why are you bringing the whole tribe to it? You didn't have a problem when I brought the whole European tribe to it from 1861. You did not have a problem with that. That was not the whole tribe that built the images, the monuments of the lions at Trafalgar Square. You did not have a problem with me bringing the whole tribe when I say they are the ones who built the archives and Kencom and the State House and the Parliament and the City Council office. That one there was nothing to see. But when I say the idea, the mindset of the Kikuyus conmanship, they build buildings that are gaping with structural deficiency. They are building, there is a beautiful white building that sank 3 floors less than a year ago. State House Girls was a hospital built by the white people. Kenyatta University was a hospital for commoners built by the white people. Nairobi Hospital was a hospital for the whites built by the white people. Those ones are still standing. Look at the fucking shit like the black Kenyan is building after devolution. Look at the universities they are calling universities, spread all over, looking like some sheds for housing horses. Look at the fonts. Seriously, just hold your disgust at me pointing out the things about the blacks just for 2 minutes. Look at the font. Do you know what a font is? The words on the wall of a building. Look at the fonts of the universities that were not built by white people. The font, the cheapness of the black brain. They cannot even write things correctly on the wall. You think that is built to last? One letter is looking like this, the other one is looking the other one. This one is this style, this is the other. Now, if you understand that, then you know every business that you're getting into is just to solve a very immediate need at the very bottom of the Maslow's pyramid of needs. There is nothing long-term. There is no legacy being built. Now go to Kijape Street. Those Indians have been there for over 100 years. They work together. If I go to one shop, I have been there multiple times. If I go to one shop and I'm buying this thing and I say, do you have this special porcelain tile? They say, no. We don't have it here, but hey, or watch. Kibia pale kwa Patel, angalia kama yeye iko na hiyo kitu huyu customer anataka. They don't want me to leave that shop. They are going to send somebody to a different shop to find if they have that thing. I'm telling you something I have done. This guy goes and they find it. Analipa namna gani? Analipa na kadi. I have a card. There is nothing on the card other than my name. There is no number to steal anything. So the guy comes, pick up my card and pick up my ID, and they go and they swipe the card, they pay over there. That company, that business does not belong to this Indian. No. They just work together. You go to a Kikuyu shop. Natafuta hii taro uko nayo. Hii hakuna. End of story. There is no motivation for them to work together. Unajua pale anaipata? Sijui. That's it. 55 IQ count at play. An Indian will not let you go look for something else somewhere else. They know in their ecosystem where that thing can be found. And they will go out of their way to bring that thing to here so that the money circulates in their ecosystem. One of those guys invited me to their club. What was that guy's name? Parklands. How did I save that guy's name? There you go. Patel. Premier Club on Forest Road. I spent 450,000 Kenya shillings in one shopping. The things I did not have, he sent them down the road towards the roundabout. Enda chukua hizo vitu hapo, leta hapa, tuweke kwa gari safari moja. Hapana taka customer naenda huko kutafuta. This guy invited me to Premier Club on Forest Road. Now I am part of them. Now I understand their language. Sijui kama hiyo insult inaingia venye nataka iingie. My job here is to put a mirror in front of black people. Probably once in a year, they will look at that mirror and see the reflection. I have been on Kijabe Street multiple times. When I was looking for the Patel guy's name, I saw another one at on Mombasa Road, across the street from the gates of JKIA. Same scenario. Same scenario. Beep him at Variety Tiles. Beep him is his name. 24 years old. Very small English. They will not let you live there and go look for something else simply because they don't have it or they don't sell it. They belong to an ecosystem. You know those little lights? What do you call them? Those little golden lights that we hang up like on a patio in the backyard. Christmas time, I was preparing the backyard where Suowino would come cook for us for Christmas. I needed those lights, those little fancy lights that make a place so soft with the soft colors. We went to a shop. They did not have them. Way out there in industrial area. The kind I wanted, they did not have it. They called, they say, give us a moment. A lot of them. Hundreds of them. Give us a moment. We are going to get them here. We are going to bring them here for you. They call a store someplace else. They say, haraka haraka. Haraka haraka. Ita mtu wa boda boda. Haraka haraka hizo vitu situmwe hapa. Ecosystem. The money circulates around them. What is that saying, Sheikh? Not Sheikh. Mustafa. What is that saying the African Americans say about Jewish money? $1 when it's spent in a Jewish community, it circulates 6 times over before it leaves the Jewish community. Black money, 1 expense, that money is gone. I witnessed that on Kijabe Street. I always have my own imaginations of what I want. So I always carry a photo. Do you have this tile? Kikuyu shop. Here tuna. Do you know where I can find it? Pana. That's it. They will never grow to be anything else other than the little shop. Because they have never learned how to work together. They are jealous of the person who is going to get the business before them because they don't see it. They cannot see beyond that. They cannot see beyond that. Nimwambie pahali iko huyo mtu aende benefit kuliko mimi. That's it. That's the farthest blackness sees. Indian? Oh. Goja customer hii tuko nayo. Goja kidogo. He gets on the phone. Hey, Patel, baju, bikichabu, bikichara, baju. Yechiku baju, goja na kupigia picha. They take a photo. Oh yeah, I have it. It said on watch. On watch, kibia raka, chukua hiyo kitu. It is not their business. I'm telling you the truth. On watch was called. I say, go pick up his payment method because I don't have M-Pesa. I have a card that has nothing but my names. That's it. There is nothing else on the card on both sides. Just my name. I give them my ID. I give them a card. I say, go run it. The moment I swipe it, the information comes on my phone. It is not their shop. But they all work together. At the end of the day, I was invited to their community in Parklands, Premier Club. That is the difference, my friend. Black people compete. Non-black people collaborate. Collaborate? Why would I do that? Collaborate. Hey, atanipita. Because you're still dealing with scarcity, poverty, and lack. The moment you overcome those three things, oh, my friend, the blind shall see and the deaf shall speak. And the deaf shall hear. That is the magic of your African Christian Jesus. When you discover the other side of overcoming poverty, lack, and scarcity, the need to always solve these mediocre problems at the very bottom of life. The moment you overcome that, then you shall see, you shall hear, and you shall speak. And you will never see life the same again. But there is no appetite for it. This message right here is not helping you. It is making you angry at me, disturbing the comfort in your uncomfortability. I know that. Hiki kimutu kinaongeaga aje, kinataka kukua mzungu. Sasa kinataka kukua jiu. That's it. Once you throw your little pit insult, you go to the little cocoon, being comfortable in your uncomfortabilities. And then you're going to have this very low life. For 100 years, you're going to live in this world and not make any ripples of waves. And you want your children to inherit what? Where are we? George, UK man, high IQ. What is the hardest part of staying disciplined? Staying disciplined. The whole meaning of the word discipline is consistency. It is persistence. It is never giving up. It is continually doing that thing when you don't feel like doing it, especially when you don't feel like doing it. The greatest form of masculinity is discipline. The greatest form of masculinity is discipline. Discipline also is an insult to Africans. Telling black people to be disciplined? Hey, come on. How can you destroy something that you did not create if you're disciplined? That is who we are. We destroy. Discipline is going to get in the way of our nature of packaging ourselves as victims. Victims are not disciplined. Victims are victims. We need to be we need to be victims so that we can be indisciplined in expressing our victimhood. You bring discipline in the equation, come on. You are cutting off our limbs. The hardest thing to be is to be disciplined because it requires you to separate yourself, isolate yourself in solitude, and do that thing, and become that thing, achieve that thing. There is no message anywhere in the African context where it is teaching the next generation to be great. Let me say that one more time. There is no system anywhere in the African context. Everywhere black people are, they are not teaching each other to be great. They are teaching each other to carry on the legacy of victimhood. I keep saying this like a song. Even some of you, your grandparents, were not born at the time Kenya was colonized. Nonetheless, nonetheless, you are victims through and through. Through and through. Through and through. I need to change something on here real quick. Right now, if I told you you can be anything you want, you can be anything you desire to be, you can be great, you can achieve anything, you're going to say, no, but the white man made it impossible for me to be that thing. You cannot let go of victimhood because it requires you to be disciplined. That discipline is too much of a cost for a black person. I said something very controversial at King Ori's podcast. I said, the black man is the person who has been endowed with the greatest power of capability and potential. But he never achieves that unless he is under the guidance of a non-white coach, a non-white mentor, a non-white leader. Which is why Africa needs to go back to being colonized by non-black people. The greatness that we know of the black Americans is only and only when they are under the leadership of a non-black coach. The musicians you see and you praise and you worship, the reasons you know them is because behind the ecosystem, there is a Jew that is managing that talent. You don't want that conversation because it disrupts the comfort in your uncomfortabilities. I know that. Everything I'm saying is premeditated. I'm not here to soothe your ego. I'm here to agitate you. I'm here to get you angry. The whole concept here for me is to act white because that is the only language you are going to understand. Because the moment you say George is acting white, then you go back to your Mlorongo. You are comfortable in that uncomfortability of Mlorongo. What was the question again? Azuzu KE is a Gen Z. Allah, you have picked a very good name, Mr. Zuzu. Gen Z Dwanzi. As a Gen Z Dwanzi, what are the things by now we are supposed to know? You are supposed to know that you do not know enough to know anything. I'll say that one more time. If you are under the age of 25, you need to continually remind yourself that you do not know enough to know anything. Empty that fucking head of yours. It is full of noise. The information in your head, your mother put it in there. You are walking around as a time bomb because you are propelled by the feminine nature and the energy of your mother. You do not know anything. You do not know enough to know anything. Empty out that noise in your head. It is the only cure. You are not going to do it. I'm not saying that because now I'm going to go hold my breath and watch you do it. You are not going to do it. You are so far gone to be saved. I am not putting any hope in that. But you will always remember, you'll be 35 and miserable, having missed up the boat of life. And you look back and you remember today, George used to say it. Look at me now. I am a full-grown woman in a man's body, still pursuing the energy and the frustration and the conditioning of the feminine energy that my mother gave me. How do I know that? I'm looking at the niggers of South Africa right now, roaming the streets, dangerous, full-grown men, but they are women on the inside. I'm looking at the niggers of America, full-grown men, dangerous, roaming the ghettos of America, but they are women on the inside. Why do you think you're going to be an exception? You thought this is something I created for myself to insult you? No. I want you to be insulted. Don't take that away. But look at the niggers in South Africa, 35 years old. These are post-apartheid era generation. Full-grown guys with kitambi, empty heads, head full of noise of their mothers. Dangerous. They are so dangerous. Julius Malema, the most extremist South African today, stays away from them. Malema is a lawyer and a super one at that. He knows that train wreck is never going to be constructive. Imagine Malema that has created a party of thugs dressed in red operos. Their job is to disrupt. Their job is to agitate. Their job is to occupy. Look up videos of them occupying parliament. But he looks at these dangerous fuckers and he's like, no. That is you in 10 years in Kenya. I want you to end up like that. Let me say that one more time so that someone does not say, oh, I mean it. Everything I say is premeditated. Everything. I don't want to be accused of saying ridiculous things. I want to be guilty of saying them. I mean everything I say. I actually want you to turn out like the niggers of America. I want to see the niggers of America roaming the streets of Kenya. I want you to turn out like the niggers of South Africa. I want you at 35 looking exactly like the niggers of South Africa. I want it. I have a product for you. It will flourish. It will be profitable if you turn out like the niggers we are watching in South Africa. I want you to turn out like them. You see what I did there? I did not misspeak. Run with that. You are useless to the ecosystem. So I want you at the very extreme edge of you so that now you become a product. Right now, what are you good for? Little petty insults and these outrages and Ruto must go and one time Muse Kufa, Rudy Mashaban. That's not monetizable. I want you at your worst. 10 years from now, I'll check up with you. That's why I keep poking you, because I don't want you to be better. You are useless to me if you turn out to be a normal human being. There's too many of you to ignore. So I have to create a product for 10 years from now. And I want you to look exactly like those fuckers roaming the streets of South Africa at the age of 35. I want that to be you in Kenya. I have a product for you. Shiki Kitongo nasema nini? Sio Shiki Kitongo. Yeah, Shiki Kitongo. Hey, wasiguze Karebo. Allah. Mumejigawia wanawake huku nje. Concentrate on your purpose and craft. That builds confidence and erases self-doubt. That's a response to the Throne 254 by Harineta. Thank you so much, Harineta, for showing up. Harineta, one more time. Responding to George UK. The hardest part of discipline is consistency and delayed gratification. Oh, no. No, 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 no. We cannot delay gratification, bro. We need to chafua meza. We need to chafua meza, bro. We need to chafua meza. Watajulia wapi? $750 ml muzinga of red label, black label, whatever it is equivalent to 500 kilograms of cement. Chafueni meza, bro. Chafueni meza. One muzinga is the same price as 10 50 kg packets of cement. Now, the question from you, I can hear it from here. Unataka tujenge wapi? Chafueni meza. Hizo nyumba tunatengeneza kwani zitakaliwa na nani? Si ni nyinyi? Chafueni meza, bro. Chafueni meza. Hadineta, delete the comment. We need them 10 years from now. Delete comment. There's something here. One moment. I was disappointed. This is Tony Silva. He's a member with a gold label. I was disappointed on Monday. My mobile repair shop has been doing so well, but fellow Kikuyus nearby got jealous and set police on me. It cost me $15,000 to set it out. The story I gave of Kijabe Street. You need to observe how the Indians work at Kijabe Street. I don't know if you would be able to do that without being a customer there. But I have bought a lot of stuff from there, including regular bulbs, wiring stuff, everything, chandeliers, whatever they call them. I don't know how they mention them, but I have them. You know how to mention chandeliers, but you don't have a 75,000 chandelier. Sit down, let me tell you the story in my own accent. We don't know how to collaborate. We know how to compete. Pull each other down over and over and over. Peter Mutethia. That's a Kamba name. I was sold 40 Kikuyu speakers on Lodhuri. After I returned them, the guy referred me to a guy who fixed it. That same day, the speakers were spoiled. There was no responsibility from the seller. Bro, we see videos of people who sell clothes on the street of Nairobi. Kikuyus. Somebody goes there, they bargain, they agree on a price. The price the seller is comfortable selling it. Nyinyi watu mnafikiria kurogwa ni nini? You are waiting for those sorcerers to call an eagle from the sky to drop on the ground to know hiyo ni kurogwa. You go and bargain something. The seller agrees 500 shillings for this shirt. And the woman pays 500 shillings. Another guy picks up that thing from the behind. He puts taka on the bag and give the buyer what he just paid for 500. And they keep the good item. What goes in there? Nothing intrigues me more than learning how the black brain works. How many times is that guy going to iterate that business if that is the model? We agree on 500. You pick up the item, you give to the guy in the back to pack. The guy drops it and put some shredded taka. What is the business model there? You go to these other Kikuyus in the market, they are selling potatoes or tomatoes, and they have it in a gorogoro, and you say, niwekee gorogoro moja. And then they do this abracadabra, they pick up a plastic bag or whatever bags they are using these days because plastic is banned, and they empty it out in a hurry. But that gorogoro has been modified to only be 2/3 of the capacity. How do people live with themselves like that? How can you iterate that business to be greater? How can you attract more customers if that is your model? Kwani kurogwa ni nini? What is this curse you are serving here? You circulate in poverty and misery and lack and all this curse of the blacks, and you will never amount to anything if that is your model. You can cheat as many people as you can afford to cheat. With that gorogoro yenye imebodeshwa, there is something that has been put a quarter way up so that what the person is buying is not what they are getting. Kikuyus modify a truck, lorry, the thing we call lorry in Kenya, ya kubeba mchanga. They go to mtu wa kuchomelea. They buy industrial grade metal sheets. Shida ni mimi. Shida ni mimi. How can I speak evil of the people I belong to? You want me to belong to those people? Really? I was brought to this world to belong to that. That's what you're trying to convince me. Because you are comfortable in your witchcraft, in your sorcery, and your lack and scarcity and poverty. Now you want to recruit me into that. They go to a hardware, buy these industrial grade metal sheets. They take it to mtu wa kuchomelea, and they say, I want you to reduce the capacity of the load of the lorry. So they cut the capacity of the lorry in half by covering a fraction of the bed of the lorry with this industrial grade sheet metal. So if it was supposed to carry 2 tons of cement, now it can only carry 1.5 tons, but they are charging for 2 tons. The brain that goes behind that. There's nothing I find more fascinating than observing how the black brain reasons, how the black brain engineers itself to self-defeat itself so that it can continually stay in this mediocre life. We see videos of those modified trucks, the lorry, the tippers, and somebody is taking a video of it dropping sand in a construction site. And when it's tipping the sand, you can see there is a modification on the bed. It is carrying just 2/3 of its capacity. And that guy goes home and says, oh, today I won. I cheated my customer. My customer. Somebody who was willing to pay full price. I cheated that person. Kwani kurogwa ni nini? Wow. Wow. We see videos of house helps, botches, doing some weird things with the food at where she is employed. Ama, shida ni mimi, sidio? What level of generational curse that is going on there for this person to be so removed from their ancestors and still propagating the curse of her generation? A destitute that never got education, borderline underage, is being housed, is being fed, and being sheltered in this stranger's home to take care of the home and the children. And they still bring the generational curse of where they were born in a place where they never even met the giver of the curse that they are propagating. The conversation that you people don't want to talk about. You see them doing vitu za kimaajabu with the food where they are working, with the drinks where they are working. You see them taking off their underwear, soaking it, and then squeezing it on the food. What is going on there? How powerful is the curse from where the generation come from for her to be so removed from her poverty in the village, in a middle income family in the middle of the city, and she's still propagating the curse of her blackness? Shida ni mimi. I want to be so white. Shida ni mimi. Ruben Wainaina, sadaka tutoe. Don't hold your breath, bro. Shida ni mimi. Eduardo Cayo, when you are faced with an overwhelming decision, what framework or metric do you use to choose the right path? I'm going to lose you there for a minute, but I'm still answering your question. My definition of red pill is the application of logic so as to suppress the influence of emotions in decision making. I'll say that one more time. This thing people call manosphere and red pill and whatever, I don't just subscribe to any of that. My definition of red pill is application of logic in decision making so that you can suppress and minimize the influence of emotions in decision making. Now, your question is, when faced with an overwhelming decision, what framework or metric do you use to choose the right path, the path of logic, the path of eliminated emotions. If you removed emotions from this, what would be the outcome? That thing. That thing. Red pill is application of logic so that you can suppress the influence of emotions in decision making. Remove emotions from it. Find the logical path to that thing. That's how I make decisions. What is the greater good? If somebody 10 years from now is going to look at this applied decision without the benefit of being in the moment and the emotions of it, what are they going to see? The logic of it. That's how I make decisions. If your logic was a virus, the world would be an utopia. Bro, the influence of the modern woman on the upbringing of children, especially boy child, is so much today. And there is so many of them. We cannot even have that conversation. That's why I'm saying, I'm going to wait for 10 years. When you turn 35 and you look like the American nigger and you look like the South African nigger, then I'll plug in my product in there. You will be very useful then when you are this dangerous piece of meat that has a man's body, but it's a woman on the inside. Best product ever. I'll sit here and wait for 10 years. Oh, bro, Dwanzis are going to have a hard time. Dwanzis are going to have a hard time in life. Hey. In 5, 6, 7 years, you are going to see a movement, which is already in America, in Kenya, of super rich people, influential people, pushing the idea to allow private prisons. You will think I am kidding until I tell you my next sentence. The youngest X generation, the youngest X generation that missed the boat, and a big population of millennials. They were the very first phenomenon to indulge in drug abuse. Can we agree on that? People in their late 40s, those are the youngest X, and a big population of the older millennials. They were the first group of people to indulge in drug abuse. Fast forward 10 years from that point and follow the same demographic for people. There was a huge proliferation of, what do you call those things? What do you call those things? The name is escaping me. Rehabs. Rehabs now is normalized. You need to see the proliferation of rehabs from the beginning of the phenomenon of drug abuse, because drug abuse was not a thing. before the youngest Gen X came into play and the millennials became of age. The correlation between drug abuse and the proliferation of rehabs, they intersect. If you look at the influx of drug abuse and you count 10 years, then you see all this mushrooming of rehabs. And then a coordinated effort by psychiatrists to channel this group of people into rehabs. And then 20 years later, it becomes normalized. Rehabs are phenomenal. Rehabs are new things. There were no rehabs when we were growing up because there was no drug abuse. Hello? So what do you think is going to happen with the phenomenon of Gen Z Dwanzis? 10 years from now, that product will be ready, waiting for them. So where there was the proliferation of rehabs, it will be the proliferation of private prisons. I guarantee you. Private prisons in America are normalized. There's too many niggers committing delinquencies to fit in state and federal prisons. So they came up with private prisons. What do you think the Dwanzis are going to end up? Hey. Now you are rethinking your life. There is a very, very sad funeral service of a Kikuyu guy in Nakuru, in Kiamonyi. I think it was Kiamonyi area. His own son had died of alcohol and drug abuse. And everybody who spoke at the funeral, I probably have posted this on Facebook, on X. Everybody who spoke at the funeral was trying to sanitize the situation. This is the young X generation I'm talking about. I know exactly what I'm saying. When the father of the dead son spoke, he said, no, we cannot continue speaking like this. We have to tell the truth. My son died of alcohol and drug abuse. I tried everything. I tried everything to get him help. I put him in the best rehab money can buy. And then he turned around and say, and the director of the rehab is here. Hey, are you here, Mr. Kogoro? Mr. Kogoro was not there. Look it up. Mr. Kogoro was not there. The owner of the rehab did not come to the funeral. He had positioned himself with a product to benefit from this delinquency of the millennials and younger exes abusing drugs. He had positioned a product, and all these things have been channeled there. But when the boy drops dead, I mean, he's no longer a customer. Why would he attend his funeral? That's a loss. That's a dead cow. There's no milk in a dead cow. He moved on to the next drug abuser. He was not at the funeral. Look it up. Look it up. Where do you think these fuckers, these mannerless Gen Zs are going to end up 10 years from now? I want the Gen Z Ndwanzis to stay angry. I want them to keep throwing those petty insults. I want them to continue rejecting the voice of man. I want them to continue propagating the emotions of their mothers. I want it. I need it. 10 years from now, when they are 35, I will have a product for them. Have you ever heard me pebereza Ndwanzis? No. I make it my duty to continually anger them, to continually insult them, to continually remind them that they need to insult somebody, that they need to reject somebody. I want them in that momentum when they are ready at 35. There will be a product for them. I am telling you, in 7 years, you are going to see politicians and state operatives start pushing private prisons. They are everywhere in America. Because the niggers of America, they will be the Ndwanzis 10 years from now. We will need prisons for them. We are going to make a lot of money from the indiscipline of the Ndwanzis. Oh, bro. There's too many of them. There is too many of them. Please keep insulting me. Please, I will do my best to give you a reason to insult. Keep going. I will remind you, you need to wake up today and insult me. Do you know why I block people everywhere, including here? Because I know they are going to run and create another account to come continue with the anger. If the people I block disappear, do you think I would have as many people I have blocked? No. There will be no appetite to block people. I mean, they left. They never leave. You know, when I used to be on X Spaces, I used to tell them this is a social science experiment. But even me telling you that is not going to make you change anything of the behavior patterns I am studying. You don't have it in you to grasp that. I know that. That is an insult. Every person I block, they go and create another account and come back. I know that. That's why I do it. The only way to keep the fire going is to block them, to give them a reason to go create another one and come back. I want them 10 years from now. I cannot do that if they disappear. I had blocked 2,500 people on X. 2023, I unblocked all of them. Zero. Right now, I'm at 3,600. Where do you think they came from? These are my chicken I'm raising to slaughter them at Kenchik when they are ready for slaughter. I am a farmer. I'm a chicken farmer. I'm raising Ndwanzis. I want that anger to be so consistent. I have to continually poke them to stay agitated. 10 years from now, I don't know what to do with them at 25. They are not ready. I need to raise them for an extra 10 years when they will be full product. Me telling you that right now, that this is a social science experiment, is not going to change anything. I have 4 years of study of Black people on X species. It does not change anything. They cannot hear anything I just said. There will be private prisons in 10 years in Kenya to take care of the Dwanzis that are 25 right now. That's where the product is. I want a share of that product. My job is to make you as mad as possible every single day. Why do you think I insult Kikuyus? That's the greatest demographic of the Dwanzis. Hello? Me saying that is not going to change anything. I'm not looking for you to be better. No, I'm looking for you to be bitter. I need you at 35. Your government needs you. Common man 6756 with $2. Let natural selection do its thing on Gen Z. Oh, brother. Brother. Hey. Hey. I can see the future. I can smell the future. There are so many of them to not take advantage of it. There is so many of them to not have a product of the future. The same way the generation before me took advantage of drug abuse and they created rehabilitation centers. Do you know how much money Kenyan middle class people are spending on rehabilitations of their useless kids? All of them are going to end up like Kimani Bogwa. I was posting there to get the right insult. The end product of the people in the rehabilitation places, Kimani Bogwa. But between of Kimani Bogwa, I'm going to put that video here in production for you to understand what that means. Between that Kimani Bogwa and the funeral, it's millions of money from one person. The amount of money doctors, psychiatrists, and rehab centers made from Kimani Bogwa, millions. I know what I'm talking about. This is a guy who was extremely privileged in his 20s in front of the camera on a national TV. Between that and him killing himself, millions were made. One person. Now multiply that by this whole new swath of Dwanzis. Oh, brother. Come on. Come on. I want you angry. Ruto must go, bro. One time. I want you there. Jimmy Severa. Talking of drug abuse, Gen Z girls are smoking weed more than the boys, leave alone alcohol. Bro, I have a product for boys and girls. Mimi nakushow. Mimi hapana lalia masikio. Baba in motion. Rehab bills is not less than 90,000 Kenya shillings per person. Sini mimi na kusho. Guys, I gotta go. Yeah, I gotta go. Sini mimi na kusho. Gen Zs, I keep insulting you because I want you angry. For 10 years. If you can keep this relationship going for 10 years, that thing you say, I need to go retire in the village, I will do that in 10 years. My product that I'm preparing for you, autopilot, I'll plug you into my product. Then I'll go to Bali and enjoy life. In Abudu, from the money I'll make from your dwaziness. I want you angry. Fatherless, emotional Kikuyu men. I want you angry. I will double down on insulting you. I want this momentum to carry me for an extra 10 years. Then go there, bro. Go there. Go there. Nimewakumbusha mimi sio wenu. Ama bado. You know that song I made and I put, now watch the viewership go down, because now somebody's building something they don't know what to do with a black man building something. You know that song I made and I put if Mongai's picture on the album. I will show you that song. It's pinned comment on my X. Why is X working funny today? This one here. Nakupenda kwa Bali. It's in Swahili, obviously. Now watch the comments. Watch the comments, guy. I mean, watch the viewership go down. I have a version of that song in English. It's called Loving You from Afar. The words are the same. The storyline is the same. It's a girl who observes somebody, a guy she admires, but she has never spoken to him. And she always sits in this cafe, and the guy shows up, and he's over there talking to other people, and she admires him. And in her head, she's creating a whole new life with that stranger. She sees herself walking on the beach, holding hands, whispering sweet nothings. She sees herself raising 2 kids of him, staying at home, and the kids come home, and he comes home in the evening, and the kids, she sees herself having a wedding with that guy. That song is in Swahili. This one here, Nakupenda kwa Bali. Beautiful. Well, George ni nani? I have it in English. Sweet story. Now watch the comments. Watch the viewership. Watch the viewership. Watch the viewership. Loving you from afar. Thank you so much. Gichuhi is a good member of this group. I am rethinking, he's saying, wow, I'm rethinking the whole paradigm of my life. Duke of Kiev, unasema after 10 years, ukimalizana nao Gen Z, utakuwa mbali sana. Au be mbali. Itakuwa mbali. In Udub. This place, they keep telling me, you are too old, exit, go die, go retire. I will retire in Bali using the proceeds of the product I have prepared for your anger. Wishes. Gotta go. I have to keep you angry. Cycling Masai, asante sana.
My heart races every time I see you. I wish I could tell you, but the words stay locked inside. You walk right past me, never noticing I'm there. And here I am, loving you from afar. Every smile you give melts my soul. Every time I sit and watch you, my mind fills with questions. Is he married? Does he have a girlfriend? But none of that changes how I feel. Still here, loving you from afar. Still hopeful that one day you'll finally see me. Still hopeful your eyes will look my way. I love you from afar, but my heart won't give up. I picture us walking hand in hand, laughing together till the sun goes down. You hold me gently, whispering sweet words. I see our wedding day, me in a flowing white gown. Everyone's watching, but my eyes are only on you. My heart leaps every day in these dreams. I see us with a son and a daughter, living in a beautiful home. Every time you I love you from afar, but my heart won't give up. I picture us walking hand in hand, laughing together till the sun goes down. You hold me gently, whispering sweet words. I see our wedding day, me in a flowing white gown. Everyone's watching, but my eyes are only on you. My heart leaps every day in these dreams. I see us with a son and a daughter, living in a beautiful home. Every time you come back, they run to you, shouting, Daddy! But reality pulls me right back to the same cafe, the same seat, just watching you, still here, loving you from afar. One day I'll find the courage, I'll stand up and speak. I'll tell you I've loved you for so long. I'll take your hand and stop being afraid. Maybe you'll smile at me the same way. But reality pulls me back to the same cafe, same table, same seat, just just watching you, still here, loving you from afar. Still hopeful, still hopeful. I love you from afar. Same table, same seat. Just watching you, still here, loving you from afar. Still hopeful,